Ladies and gentlemen, life will test you in ways you never expected. Not everyone you meet will clap when you win. Not everyone you love will protect your heart. Some people will hurt you, not always because they are evil, but because they are broken. The question is not if you will be hurt. The question is how you will handle it. And tonight, I want to give you 4 powerful ways to deal with those who wound your spirit and how to rise above it with strength and grace. When people hurt you, the first battle you fight is not with them, but with yourself. It is the battle of identity. Too often, we let the actions of others dictate who we think we are. If someone betrays us, we begin to see ourselves as unworthy of loyalty. If someone rejects us, we start believing we are unlovable. If someone insults us, their words echo in our minds until we confuse their opinion with our truth. This is how pain becomes a silent thief, not just wounding us in the moment, but robbing us of the power to define ourselves. And if you are not careful, the memory of that pain will become a cage. You'll carry it everywhere, wearing it like a label on your chest. You'll start introducing yourself not by your name, but by your scars. But hear me, what they said does not change who you are. What they did does not reduce your value. You are not broken merchandise just because someone mishandled you. You are not less of a person because someone failed to see your worth. Pain is real, yes, but pain is not your identity. It is something you went through, not something you are. There is a difference between experiencing hurt and becoming hurt. And the moment you allow yourself to be defined by that experience, you give the person who hurt you free rent in your soul. You hand them the keys to your future while they walk away untouched. Instead, you must reclaim your name. You must remind yourself daily that you are more than the betrayal, more than the insult, more than the disappointment. You must stand in front of the mirror and see not the wound, but the warrior who survived it. Scars don't diminish your beauty, they prove your survival. You did not fall apart, even when they tried to break you. You are still standing, and that makes you stronger than they ever imagined. Do not let pain tell your story for you. Write your own story, one of endurance, one of resilience, one of strength. Pain may shape you, but it cannot define you unless you let it. When people hurt you, look them in the eye, not with bitterness, but with the unshakable truth that you know who you are. They can bruise your heart, but they cannot steal your identity. The power is yours to decide what defines you, the hurt you endured, or the strength you gained from it. There will be moments in life when someone's words cut so deeply, when someone's actions sting so sharply that every part of you wants to fight back. You want to answer insult with insult, disrespect with disrespect, betrayal with revenge. That urge feels natural, it feels justified, it feels like the only way to reclaim your dignity. But here is the truth. When you respond to fire with fire, you don't win, you both burn. When you let anger lead, you become a mirror of the very person who hurt you. Instead of showing your strength, you hand over control. They are no longer just the one who wounded you, they are now the one who dictates your response, your energy, your peace. There is a deeper strength in choosing silence. Silence is not weakness. Silence is discipline. Silence is saying, I will not dance to the rhythm of your chaos. When you respond to every insult, you lower yourself to their battlefield. But when you remain still, when you keep your composure, you rise to a higher ground where their weapons cannot reach you. Silence strips their power because they expect reaction. They expect you to break, to shout, to crumble, to prove them right. But when you choose restraint, you send a louder message than any words could ever carry. Think about this: a lion does not roar back at every barking dog. Why? Because the lion knows who it is. It knows its power, its strength, its authority. The barking does not change the lion's nature. In the same way, when people try to provoke you, You must remember that their noise does not change your identity. You do not need to answer every attack to prove your worth. Sometimes the best answer is none at all. Silence also gives you time. Time to process. Time to heal. Time to respond, not react. Because reaction is impulsive, but response is intentional. And when you stay silent in the heat of the moment, you keep the power in your hands. You are not letting them write the ending of your story. You are taking a pause, choosing your own script, and moving forward on your own terms. So do not underestimate the strength it takes to hold your tongue. Do not underestimate the courage it requires to walk away. Silence does not mean you lost. It means you were too focused on your destiny to waste energy on their destruction. And in that silence, there is dignity, there is wisdom, there is freedom. There comes a point in your life when you must decide what matters more. Proving yourself to people who don't care about you, or protecting the peace inside your own heart. People will provoke you, they will test you, they will drag you into arguments that drain your spirit and steal your focus. And if you are not careful, you will spend your energy fighting battles that don't even deserve your attention. You will argue with people who have already made up their minds about you. You will try to explain yourself to those who have no intention of understanding you, and you will wear yourself out trying to be accepted by those who secretly want to see you fail. That is why you must protect your peace at all costs. Peace is not something you stumble upon. It is something you guard with discipline. It is the most valuable treasure you have, because when your peace is gone, everything else begins to collapse. You lose clarity. You lose focus, you lose joy. Without peace, even success feels empty, even blessings feel heavy. That is why protecting it is not selfish, it is necessary. Protecting your peace is an act of survival. Sometimes that means you must distance yourself from certain people. Not because you hate them, but because you love yourself enough to walk away. Distance is wisdom. Distance says, I refuse to let your storm become my storm. There are people who thrive on chaos, who thrive on conflict, who thrive on negativity, and if you let them, they will make you part of their endless cycle. But the moment you step back, the moment you draw the line, the moment you say, not here, not with me, you reclaim your freedom. Protecting your peace also means choosing your battles wisely. Not every insult deserves your reply. Not every argument requires your presence. Not every fight is worth the scars it will leave. Sometimes silence wins. Sometimes walking away wins. Sometimes letting it go wins. And when you choose wisely, you conserve your strength for the things that truly matter: your dreams, your purpose, your growth. You see, peace is like a fortress. You cannot let just anyone walk through its gates. You must be a guard at the door of your own mind, deciding what enters and what must be kept out. If you let negativity inside, it will spread like fire. If you let bitterness take root, it will poison everything. But if you guard your peace, if you stand watch, if you say yes only to the things that nourish you, then you will stand tall even when the world tries to pull you down. So hold on to your peace like your life depends on it, because it does. When you protect your peace, you protect your destiny. When you protect your peace, you keep your vision clear. And when you protect your peace, you make it clear to the world that no person, no insult, no betrayal will ever have the power to shake the foundation of who you are. Forgiveness is one of the hardest choices you will ever face, because everything inside you screams for justice. When someone hurts you, the natural instinct is to hold on to the anger, to replay the moment in your head again and again, to keep the wound alive as if nursing it will somehow make things right. But anger is a heavy chain, and bitterness is a prison cell that you lock from the inside. You think you're holding the other person hostage by refusing to forgive, but in truth, it is you who remains trapped. You wake up carrying the weight of what they did. You go to sleep hearing echoes of their betrayal. You drag their shadow into every room, into every relationship, into every dream. And slowly, without even realizing it, your life becomes defined by the very people who tried to destroy you. Forgiveness is not about erasing the past. It is not pretending it didn't hurt. It is not excusing what was wrong or justifying what was cruel. Forgiveness is not weakness, and it is not surrender. Forgiveness is power. It is freedom. It is standing tall and saying, what you did was wrong, it broke me, but it will not own me. I will not live the rest of my life chained to your mistake. When you forgive, you are not telling the other person they were right. You are telling yourself that you deserve peace more than you deserve revenge. Many people hold on to grudges because they believe letting go means the other person wins. But the truth is, holding on means they continue to win. They hurt you once in the past, but unforgiveness allows them to keep hurting you every single day after. Forgiveness breaks that cycle. Forgiveness says, you had one chapter in my life, but you don't get to write the whole book. Think about carrying a heavy stone in your hands everywhere you go. At first, you can manage it. It doesn't seem so bad. But as the days go by, that stone begins to weigh you down. It exhausts you, it slows you, it keeps you from reaching higher. Unforgiveness is that stone. It doesn't weaken the one who hurt you, it weakens you. Forgiveness is the moment you finally put it down and say, I choose freedom. And forgiveness is not a one-time event, it is a daily decision. Some wounds reopen when you least expect it, but each time you must choose again to release it. Not for them, but for you. Because your future is too important to be held hostage by your past. Your peace is too valuable to be poisoned by resentment. And your heart is too full of potential to be chained to bitterness. So when you forgive, you are not bowing down. You are rising up. You are not losing. You are winning your freedom back. You are declaring that no matter what was done to you, your spirit is stronger, your heart is wiser, and your soul is free. Pain can either become the anchor that keeps you stuck or the fuel that pushes you forward. It all depends on what you decide to do with it. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has one thing in common. They turned their wounds into wisdom, their struggles into strength, and their pain into power. But here's the hard truth. Pain by itself doesn't automatically make you stronger. Pain can break you if you let it. Pain can make you bitter if you cling to it. Pain can make you hopeless if you believe it defines your future. But if you look at pain differently, if you take what was meant to crush you and instead use it as a foundation to rise higher, that same pain becomes the fuel that drives you to a destiny greater than you ever imagined. Think about it. Some of the deepest lessons you've learned in life didn't come from comfort. They came from hardship. You didn't grow in the easy seasons. You grew when everything inside you wanted to quit, but you kept going anyway. You discovered your strength when you were stretched. You discovered your endurance when you were pushed beyond your limits. You discovered your courage when life forced you to face what you thought you couldn't handle. That is the hidden gift of pain. It reveals to you the power that was already inside you, waiting to be awakened. Using pain as fuel means refusing to let it go to waste. If someone doubted you, let their doubt become your motivation to rise higher. If someone betrayed you, let that betrayal teach you discernment and wisdom. If someone rejected you, let it remind you that your worth was never dependent on their approval. Every scar tells a story, and if you let it, that story can either be one of defeat or one of triumph. But you must make the choice. You can sit in your pain, reliving it, recycling it, letting it poison you, or you can stand up and say, this will not end me, this will build me. You can decide to take the tears, the sleepless nights, the heartbreaks, and the losses, and pour them into your dreams, your work, your passion, your vision. Pain can become the fire in your belly that keeps you moving forward when the road gets hard. Pain can become the reminder that if you survive that storm, you can survive the next. Every time you choose to transform pain into fuel, you weaken the grip of those who tried to break you. Because instead of destroying you, they unknowingly contributed to your rise. Instead of burying you, they planted you. And now you grow stronger, taller, unshakable. So don't waste your pain. Don't let it sit heavy in your soul. Use it. Turn it into power. Let it sharpen you. Let it drive you. Let it carry you into the life you were meant to live. What was meant to break you can become the very thing that builds the strongest version of you. The greatest test of your character is not how you treat those who love you, but how you choose to live after being hurt by those who didn't. When people wound you, the easiest response is to harden your heart, to stop trusting, to stop caring, to shut yourself away from love and kindness. That feels safe because you think, if I don't open my heart, no one can hurt it again. But in protecting yourself that way, you also lock out joy, connection, and the fullness of life. You build walls so high that even the good can't reach you. That's why the most powerful victory is not just surviving the hurt, but refusing to let it change the goodness in you. When you choose to keep loving, even after betrayal, you prove that their cruelty didn't steal your compassion. When you choose to keep shining, even after rejection, you prove that their darkness didn't dim your light. When you choose to keep smiling, even after disappointment, you prove that no wound was strong enough to steal your joy. That is strength. That is courage. That is power. Because anyone can be kind when life is easy. Anyone can love when love is returned. But when you've been broken, when you've been scarred, when you've been abandoned, and yet you still choose to live with love in your heart, that is greatness. Think of the sun. Clouds may cover it, storms may rage against it, night may hide it, but the sun always returns. Its light cannot be extinguished. It shines, not because the world is perfect, but because shining is its nature. You must be the same. Hurt may come, betrayal may sting, rejection may cut, but your light is not determined by them. It is yours. And the greatest revenge is not bitterness, it is brightness. To live free, to live joyful, to live loving, is the ultimate answer to anyone who tried to drag you into darkness. Keeping your heart pure doesn't mean being naive. It doesn't mean allowing people to keep hurting you. It means being wise enough to set boundaries, but strong enough not to let bitterness live inside you. It means protecting your joy, not letting anyone steal it. It means remembering that your purpose is greater than your pain, and your destiny is brighter than any shadow cast on your path. So don't let the people who hurt you win by turning you into them. Don't let their cruelty plant bitterness in your soul. Instead, choose to love louder. Choose to shine brighter. Choose to live freer. Because at the end of the day, what defines you is not what they did to you, but what you chose to do after. And when you keep loving, when you keep shining, when you keep walking forward with your head high and your heart intact, you show the world that no wound, no betrayal, no insult was powerful enough to destroy the light within you. Ladies and gentlemen, life will never be free of hurt. People will fail you. People will betray you. People will wound you. Sometimes without reason, sometimes without apology. But your destiny is not determined by what people do to you. It is determined by how you choose to respond. You can carry the weight of pain, or you can rise above it. You can let their actions define you, or you can let your strength define you. You can choose bitterness, or you can choose freedom. So when you walk out of here, walk with this truth burning in your heart. No wound is greater than your healing. No betrayal is stronger than your resilience. No rejection is deeper than your worth. Protect your peace. Guard your joy. Keep shining your light. Let your life become the undeniable proof that nothing and no one can stop a spirit that refuses to break. Because in the end, the greatest victory is not in proving them wrong. It is in proving yourself right. You are stronger than what hurt you. You are greater than what tried to break you. And you are destined for more than the pain of your past. Stand tall, move forward, and never let the actions of others silence the greatness within you.